Hey there, folks. Welcome to Sumit Academy. I do hope that you have subscribed to my channel. No? Then what are you waiting for? Do press the subscribe button now. In this video, the third of our three-part series on punctuation, we shall learn about using braces, apostrophe, quotation marks, and ellipses. First, let us study braces. They are also known as curly brackets. Now you know what I am talking about. Braces are mostly used in music or poetry. The only use for a brace in writing is when a writer presents or creates a list of equal choices for a reader or in a number set in mathematics. Braces represent that each of these items is equal to the other regardless of the person's choice. Easy? Well, see the slide for more examples. An apostrophe is used to identify a noun in the possessive case or indicate the omission or one or more letters from a word. A contraction is a shortened form of a word or group of words that omits certain letters or sounds. In a contraction, an apostrophe represents missing letters. I know it sounds difficult, but see the examples. He would, he would. I have, I have. They are, they are. You cannot, do not, and cannot. Use the apostrophe to show possession. To show possession with a singular noun, add an apostrophe plus the letter S. Example, a woman's hat, the boss's wife. Now, if the word ends with the alphabet S, many people would wrongly write the apostrophe S. For instance, if talking about a car belonging to my friend Mr. Biswas, I have seen people write Mr. Biswas' car or even Mr. Biswas's car. Neither is correct. In such cases, you have to write it with an apostrophe only and avoid the second S. So the correct sentence will have Mr. Biswas's car. That means there is no additional S after the apostrophe. Similar is the case with the expression for goodness sake. Now, important thing. Do not use the apostrophe plus S to make a regular noun plural. Now the sentence, apostrophes are confusing, is incorrect. The correct way is, apostrophes are confusing. No apostrophe here. The phrase do's and don'ts is also frequently incorrectly written as do's and don'ts. Also, the defense services have officers' mess, not officers' mess, and airmen's mess, not airmen mess, even though the word airmen is plural. We now move on to quotation marks. We should use quotation marks to enclose direct quotations. We should always capitalize the first word of a quotation when incorporating it into our writing. The quoted text is capitalized if you are quoting a complete sentence, even if it is within a sentence of yours, and not capitalized if you are quoting only a fragment. Do not use them when quoting indirectly. For example, no quotation marks are required when we say, Guruji said that we should be kind to all. No quotation marks. Articles, essay, and story titles should be in quotations. For example, when we write about the Mahabharata, we should use quotations. Commas and full stops always go inside the quotation marks, while dashes, colons, and semicolons almost always go outside the quotation marks, if not part of the original quotation. Punctuation marks that introduce a quote are never placed within quotation marks. An important point to remember is that once you start a quotation mark, you have to end it too. Yes, how silly. Of course you know that. But in the pressure of the exam, lots of candidates forget to close these things. And finally, we have ellipses. These indicate an omission from a direct quotation. 3 spaced full stops indicate an omission within a quotation, while 4 spaced full stops indicate an omission at the end of a sentence in a direct quotation. Ellipses can also be used to suggest fragmented speech or a thought that trails off. You must be very careful not to influence the meaning of a quote when you replace text with an ellipsis. Only use an ellipsis to shorten a quote if a section is redundant or does not change the meaning of it. Only use an ellipsis to indicate a pause or trailing off in creative or casual writing. An ellipsis used in this way in formal writing, such as for an essay, would be seen as being too lazy to write the complete quote. Here are some examples in the slide. Well, that's all from me in this edition of English Grammar. Hope you now have a grasp of the importance of punctuation in the English language and will not make silly mistakes in your competitive exams. Do like this video and subscribe to my channel now so that you do not miss out on my past or future videos. And if you want to, do write in with your suggestions for future videos or future lessons to sumitacademy20@gmail.com. Till later then, cheers.